Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome in. Today I have got an Amazon art haul for y'all. So if you're interested in that, stick around. All right, y'all, I thought I would start with the books. I got my monthly, I have a subscription to Color in Heaven, and I got my monthly book a couple of days ago. This is the illustrator here, and this is, I'm not sure if this is June. I think it may be a June book. Sometimes they get a little bit behind when they send the stuff, but I thought this was kind of a weird choice to publish in June because all of the pages are kind of like of this witch, and they're kind of, I don't know, that makes me think of Halloween, you know. But this is the artist right here, and she's beautiful. But I'll flip through it a little bit. I've been getting Color in Heaven for a few years. And my next, I have one more part of my coloring book collection, updated coloring book collection to do. And it is all my Color in Heaven books. And I will be filming that sometime, probably today, because we are fixing to have a heat wave come through, and I am not going to be able to cut on no fan and film. So I'm trying to pre-film a little bit here. But they're cute pages. I just thought it was kind of weird that they released a book that looks Halloweenish in July, but very cute, very cute. And again, this is the artist. And if you're interested in Color in Heaven, there is their information right there. So that is Color in Heaven School of Witchcraft Special. The next thing I got, I went ahead and took these out of this, or took this out of the plastic because it's going to be very crinkly. But I got the little tools to use for distressed ink, because I've been using the these makeup brushes. I have different sizes of them, but I can't get them. I've used them so long that I can't really get them clean anymore, and I feel like it messes with the colors. So with these, there was 46 pieces in here. So I'm going to have plenty to designate one per distress ink. And that way I won't be mixing the colors together. But I swear, I saw other people have this tool to use, and they had their little spongy thing like in the bottom, but mine doesn't stay in there. Is there a trick to that? Is there something I don't know y'all's doing to make it stick? I don't know. Leave that in the comments. Let me know. But I think it's going to turn out much better to have something designated for each color rather than trying to clean those other brushes and then mixing it together and not getting the true pigment. So there's that. And then the next thing I got are these tools here. Prime Day was just the other day, so that's the reason I went ahead and got some stuff. But these are actually for nails, and I did take one of them out. This is an 8-pack, and I did take one of them out to use for my nails. But look, I can't even get it open here. There we go. There's all kinds of different ends to them. See how that one's kind of curved there? Then we've got that, and then See, they're all different. And I thought I would be able to use these for something like oil pastels or maybe gel crowns or something like that. Something really waxy that you need a tool to push it around on the page. I thought I would try using these. And if they don't work for my coloring, well, I have lots of them for my nails because I needed a new brush to do my nails anyway. But aren't they pretty though? I thought they were really pretty. Anything that's shiny. But that is the silicone brushes. Now we're going to get into the fun part of what I got. I have been eyeballing these Hemi Gouache Set for a long time, and they were on sale for Prime Day, and I decided to get the 36 color set. I don't know anything about gouache. I have been watching some videos, but it comes with this sleeve on it. I'm going to get rid of this, but I kept this just until I did the video. But this is all the colors that you get in there. And of course, purple's my favorite color, so I got the purple case. But they have latches like this on each side. It keeps it together there. That's the only thing I worry about with this case is how sustainable is this? But this is really heavy. When I got the box in the mail, it was really heavy, but that's the inside. And then you get a palette that is, I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty warped. So I had to try to bendy bend. But that's okay. It'll still work. It'll fit right there. And then here's another swatch of the colors. Am I going to swatch these out? I don't know. Because I don't know if I want to open all of them, you know. But I know I want to do a separate video playing with some of these because I just want to see what they're like, you know. But then you also get 3 paint brushes, and you've got, this one's kind of flat. And what size are they? This one is a 6. This one is also a 6, but this one's totally flat. Good sizes. And then this one is a 3, and it's a round one. You can get in little small places. They're stiff because I haven't conditioned them yet, but I thought it was nice that you got 3 little brushes with it. And then let me see. That's what they look like. They're in the double cups. So there's blackish green and black. And see, I don't know. I don't know if I should open all of them. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know that much about them. Ultramarine and Peruvian blue. Pretty colors, very pretty colors. So maybe I will open them all. I mean, not on this video, but on the video that I do where we play with these. Maybe I will open them all so we can do a proper swatch for all the colors. But I'm just really interested in checking them out and just seeing how they work. But I've seen a lot of people have these, and I think there's a smaller set. Maybe, don't quote me on that, but I know that there is a bigger set. But that is the Hemi Gouache. And then next, I've got these watercolor paint. They are the Japanese. I know that's not what that says. You can't make me say that word because I know I'm going to say it wrong. You can read it there. But they are Japanese watercolors. And that is what the Gansai Tambi watercolors are as well. And I really like those. But these are like half the price of the Gansai Tambi ones. And there's the colors here. They look like that. Let me actually show you the back. This one is called Shadow Black. And that's what the colors look like on this one. Can I put that in there? There we go. And then these are the Shadow Black MEI. I don't know what any of that means, but they are different colors. They're very dark colors, and this is the color palettes that I'm into right now. But let me show you. I did a swatch on these. Let's see. These are the regular ones. Let me find this swatch real quick. These are just the Shadow Black ones, and I just painted these little houses with it. And then this is very watered down here because I wanted to see how transparent I could get it, because I like to use watercolors, but I like most of the time to be transparent because I want to see the lines underneath, you know, I want to see the picture underneath of there. But you can, I did do a little swatch under here, you can get it pretty opaque if you really want to. So that is these right here. And then these here, let me find that swatch. All right, here, these are the MEI ones. And see, they are different. And I did one part of the circle really dark so you could see that you could, if you really wanted to cover something up with these paints, you could. But then you can also give them a really light wash as well. So you see they are different colors. This one, it feels a little bit chalky, but not terrible, you know, but a little bit it does. These do not at all. But they do behave like the Gansai Tambi ones. If you can see this like gloss, I think that should be coming across there. The Gansai Tambi paints dry like that too if you like are making something opaque, because this is the semi-color ones of the Gansai Tambi. I think you can see what I'm talking about with the gloss. Now, if you do it like that, I don't know that you could color over the top of that with colored pencils. But if you make it lighter, you most definitely can, because I have colored over the top of the Gansai Tambi plenty of times. But I know they look the same. Like, let me show you here. Get this out of here so it's not all glared. This is the graphite colors, and I know they look really close to the same colors, but they are not the same. And then these are very, very dark. So look at all these dark, rich, beautiful colors. I love them. I just love them a lot. I've been painting with them a lot. So I wanted to try out these cheaper ones. They feel like Gansai Tambi when you put the paintbrush and stuff in them. But they don't behave exactly the same, but for half the price, definitely worth it. And then I got these beautiful Chinese painting pigments. It said that they were Paul Rubens, and there were mixed reviews in the comments because you can get these as in tubes as well. But it seemed like most people did not like the way they behaved from the tube, but the solid ones got much better reviews. But look how beautiful this is. One thing to point out, here's the back. It was a little, looked like it got dinged up a little bit in transit. But one thing to point out back here, it says supervised use. If you purchase this product for children, it is recommended to supervise its operation during use to ensure safety. Important reminder, Do not smoke or eat during the use of this product. Be sure to wash your hands if necessary. So personally, I'm not going to let any children use this because what the heck? I don't think I've ever seen paint telling you not to smoke or eat while you're using it and to make sure that you wash your hands afterwards. Because I like have my color and stuff on my coffee table and I'll be eating dinner or snack or whatever and then I'll go right back to it. Maybe that is a terrible thing to do and I should not do that, and you know. But let's open it. The inside of the box is just plain, and then it comes with this really beautiful pamphlet, and it's got all kinds of information here, but my eyes are not good enough to be reading something like this. It is way too small, but it's also very beautiful. This is the Colorist of Hand series, and here's all the colors. But isn't that just, even the pamphlet is pretty. There's that, and then this is what they look like. There is a plastic film over the top. And I think that I might leave this plastic film on there. You can just tuck it underneath there, kind of like some eyeshadow palettes will have like the colors on there that you, because I could tear that all the way off, but I just like the way it looks. I think it looks fancy with them on there. But this is the colors. One complaint that I did see in the reviews was they felt like that the pans were not full, and there are some of them, like this color here and this color here, looks like it has less pigment. I don't know if you can tell or not. Looks like it's got less pigment than the others. This one's got some sort of hair in it, which is fun. But let me push that back down. That's what this is, just a flimsy little case, but as long as it's in here, it's fine. But I will take one of the, you can just push it out from the bottom. That's how big the pan is. They're smaller than the Gansai Tambi ones. Like, that's the size of the Gansai Tambi, so they're like half pan, I guess you would call that. I don't know, I'm just getting into paint, y'all, so I don't know the lingo for it, but that is actually a lot of pigment when you think about it. It's a lot. But I don't know. I know I'm going to do a video on these because I really want to play around with these and see how different they are. But they've got a lot of good dark colors here, which I really like. So look for a video soon of me playing with these Chinese painting pigments and the Hemi Gouache paints. I'm definitely going to make videos playing with these because I want to check them out. But I have one more thing that is coming in the mail. It's not here yet, so I'm going to wait to do the end of the video until it's here. But for you, it'll be here right now. Okay, y'all, the last thing that I got in this haul is called Diamond Glaze. It says it's water-based dimensional adhesive, and it's mixable. And I've seen a couple of people in videos use this, and I was very curious about it to know if it was like glossy accent or not. And I did put it on some paper here. This is dry. But you can see that it does have like a dimensional aspect to it, and it's shiny. So I will be able to use this like glossy accent, I think. Here's what this part of it looks like. And I'll show you the consistency of it. It's kind of runny, bubbly. If you don't want bubbles in it, you'll have to mess with it, I guess. But let's put some glossy accent right next to it and see if we can tell a difference when it's wet. Okay, this is glossy accent, if you didn't know what it was. This is also a clear dimensional medium. Dries to clear gloss finish, fine tip for precise application. And I did go ahead and start it because sometimes it gets clogged up. This is a little thicker, I would say. Glossy accent is a little thicker than the diamond glaze. But if you do decide to get yourself some glossy accent or something like that, I would suggest you have a tack, because this can get yucky at the top, like stopped up. I try to wipe it off. This is just a paper towel from Watercolor here I'm using. But I do try to wipe it off before I put the lid back on it, because it will get clogged up. But I would say the diamond glaze is a little runnier. But that's what they look like next to each other. But there you go, y'all. That is my Amazon art haul / mostly paint haul from summer of 2026. I started filming this video like 2.5 weeks ago, so we're going to call it the summer haul of 2026. So if y'all stuck around in the video for this long, I appreciate you very much. And I hope that you have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening or wherever you are in the world when you're listening to this. Till next time, y'all.